I'm in the print shop with Siren Song. This is a copper plate of my father's. I printed this about a week or two ago. I printed like 1, 2, 3, 4 prints. After I dried them, I discovered that there were defects in the prints. Right here, there is a defect. This was caused by the blanket on the press. On other prints, it shows up in a different place, here and here. There was some roping that happened on the blanket. So these ones all get torn up. I can't give that to a customer. So tonight, I'll reprint this plate. And I'm printing 2 of this plate. This one's entitled Him to Her, lovely copper plate. This one also had defects. You can see in through here and right here on this one. So these ones are also bad. Siren Song, I'm printing 4. Him to Her, I'm printing 2. So these ones that are defective, these also get destroyed. Since I only have 2 sheets of paper that are torn down to size, I need to measure and mark and tear down this sheet to 4 more sheets. I always use pencil for marking the paper. I use hard pencils for marking for tearing, but for signing I use soft pencils. So half of 22 is 11. 11. Marked at 11 with the straight edge. I tear the sheet. This edge is a natural decal. So when it's torn, the tear simulates a decal. 15, so 7.5, 7.5. Again, move the straight edge over, tear the paper. So I got 2, I got 4, I got 6. I fill the soaking tub with water and I throw in my paper. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And this big towel I took home. This gets very stiff. It collects sizing from the paper. So every now and then I take it home, washer, dryer. And here we are at the press. Pull out the bed. Sizing catcher goes down first. It gets lined up on this center mark. Fold it in half, lay it out. The fat blanket, which is now soft because I rinsed it, goes up against the roller on top of the sizing catcher. Last blanket is called the pusher. It gets centered on the center mark, which puts it right over the top of the sizing catcher. Then I roll the bed and the blankets until it just engaged on the roller. And we're all set with that. And then my template gets laid down, centered once again on the center mark on the press, and a piece of acetate goes on top. Got my can of ink, scoop out a fair amount onto my plate, forcing the ink down into the etched lines. That's why they call it etching. Then I use my tarlatan, start wiping. I start by getting the big globs off. I'm kind of pushing the ink over onto those edges that I didn't scrape it onto. The image begins to emerge. I'll be leaving a little bit of haze on the plate. She's getting close. I'm trying to get some of my fingerprints off the edge of this. Get the edges, and she's ready to go on the press. And she goes. I always use gloves when I'm handling the ink. I take off the gloves when I'm ready to handle the paper. That keeps my hands nice and clean. I don't get the ink on the printing paper. So I can move the plate in relationship to the edge of the paper using the acetate. I move it up in relationship to the paper so that I have a little bit of extra room down at the bottom for the title and a signature. Take out a sheet of paper with clean hands and let it drip. Then move it over to the blotter towel and roll it with the bread roller. Over to the press with this one and onto the press with the sheet of paper. Down with the blankets. Roll the plate through the press, pick up the blanket, and we have our print, Siren Song. And onto the drying rack with print number 1 and print number 2, print number 3, and Siren Song number 4. And Him to Her is print 5, and another Him to Her makes 6. So if you like my printmaking videos, hit the like button and check out the link to my Etsy site and subscribe. And we'll see you the next time on Vlog Moskow.